Page 31. Stanza also 31. Appamādarato bhikkhu pamāde bhayadassīvā saññojanam anuntūlaṃ Dhamma aggiva gacchati appamādarato bhikkhu pamāde bhayadassīvā saññojanam anuntūlaṃ Dhamma aggiva gacchati. The bhikkhu who delights in heedfulness and looks with fear on heedlessness advances like fire, burning all fetters, great and small. I have told you, when we read the translation, it is not so easy for us to catch the real meaning. Appamādarato bhikkhu pamāde bhayadassīvā saññojanam anuntūlaṃ Dhamma aggiva gacchati. The monk, or anybody, not only for the monks, because when he preached the Dhamma, always there are monks. The Buddha was surrounded by the monks. Therefore he addressed the monks and preached. And I have told you, his preaching we have to divide into three groups. Certain teachings only for the monks, not for others, monks or nuns. Certain preachings only for lay people, not for the monks. And certain teachings are very common to everyone. Now this teaching is common, although he addressed the bhikkhu. So what he says, person who delights in heedfulness, who really experience, who gain happiness by practicing heedfulness. In other words, without neglecting, without forgetting, without laziness, he continue or he practice this method. The method is given below. And looks with fear on heedlessness. He regards heedlessness like fire. That means when we neglect, when we forget, when we are not interested in certain good things, that negligence is just like fire. Burns our valuable time, burns our valuable life, advance like fire. And this person go ahead by developing and developing and developing, just like fire burns all big and small pieces of wood, burning all fetters, great and small. So in the same manner, that person who concentrates without neglecting burns all great and small, big and small defilements or fetters or hindrances and mental hindrances. He burns the mental hindrances. So these hindrances, fetters, are called saññojana. Pali word is saññojana. Saññojana means binding. that we are bound to this world by these sanyojana, these fetters. So it is not so easy for us to untie, get rid of them. Our craving, attachment, selfishness and jealousy, all these are the fetters that encourage us to or support us to remain in this world, to experience more suffering, more worries, more pain, more sicknesses, because of these fetters, these sanyojanas, these defilements. So 10 kinds of sanyojan, defilement. I think you have heard on many occasions how I explain these 10 sanyojanas or fetters. So, person who wants to attain the higher stage of sainthood, arahanta, must cut off all these bondages, right? And then go higher and higher and higher. So these 10 sanyojanas divide into two, Orambhagiya and Uddhambhagiya. Orambhagiya means the fetters which are bound to this world, Kamma, like hell, animals, or spirits, or ghosts, or devils, or humans, and devas. They have these fetters, these sanyojanas, these bondages. Only 5. They have only 5. The other group, Arupaloka, Uddhambhagiya, higher. Among Brahmas, they have these 5. But first 5 are very strong amongst those who are bound to this world. But when we cut off these 5, we get the chance to go higher. But still we have 5 more to eradicate. These 10 fetters, bondages, are known as Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikiccha, Silabbata Paramasa, Kamaraga, Patigga. These are the 5 bound to this world. Then the other 5, Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mana, Uddhacca, Avidya. 10. So divided into 2. So when a person completely removed or eradicated first 3, Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikiccha, Silabbata Parama, these 3, then he will attain the first stage of sainthood, Sotapatti. The knowledge or the merit or the good karma cannot support that person to attain first stage of sainthood unless and until that person removes these 3 fetters. So what are those 3? So that is one of them. First 3, Sakkaya Ditthi, is a very difficult thing to remove from the mind. What is it? What do you mean by self-illusion? Self-illusion. What does it mean? As long as we maintain or we believe that there is a self or soul, that which remains forever, or eternal soul, or the soul created by God, because people do not know that is an illusion, that is an imagination, that is only a belief. But this belief becomes the hindrance for a person to become a saint, because it is a wrong concept, but people have very strong belief. So we had to get rid of that belief, that there is a soul, that which remains forever, without changing. Second one, Vichikicha, a skeptical doubt. Skeptical doubt means the things that people do not accept, just reject, or doubt without finding the reason to understand whether it is true or not. Just reject. Never study, never observe, never investigate, never think, just reject. Or they say just, we cannot believe. This is called skeptical doubt. The stubbornness. Few examples. Religion gives enough reason for us to understand that there will be another existence or another life or rebirth after our death. Given enough reason to understand and to think. But without studying, without thinking, just because that they cannot understand, they say no, we don't believe. That is called skeptical. Karma. Religion says, if you create certain bad deeds, you create bad karma. If you do certain good deeds, you create good karma. These karmas support you either to have miserable or pleasurable, fortunate or unfortunate life. Depend on your own karma. But people cannot understand. They never think, never observe. They say, oh, we don't believe that. A skeptical doubt. We say, the Buddha is an enlightened religious being who can understand everything, who knows everything. That is the nature of enlightenment. Then he has given the reason how he gained this enlightenment, how he had to work for that. But without studying, without knowing the nature of enlightenment of the Buddha, some people say, how do we know he got enlightenment? We do not know anything about him. That is skeptical doubt. Buddhism says the Dhamma taught by the Buddha is absolute, everlasting truth. The truth that which never changes. Many other truths that we have learned change after some time. Scientific truth, philosophical truth, psychological truth also change from time to time. But the truth revealed by the Buddha, there is no time to change. It is a timeless message. It is absolute, unchangeable. The truth that which remains forever as truth. There's nobody in this world who can change, who can deny. This is the nature of the truth revealed by the Buddha. Then people can say, how do we know the truth revealed by the Buddha? I'll never change. A skeptical doubt. So, as long as people maintain this kind of doubt, there is no chance of attaining even the first stage of state. Third one, Sīla-vata paramāsa. Sīla-vata paramāsa. There are three words. Sīla means observe, practice. Certain rites, rituals, sacrifices, and observe certain vows. Like not to talk, not to lie down and sleep, and not to eat, not to drink, as religious practices. This is called Vrata, Sīla and Vrata. Practices and vows. Paramasa means a strong attachment towards these practices. Thinking that these practices can purify, wash away all the sins committed by them, by torturing body, by sacrificing animals or certain material things, by offering to God, performing various kinds of rituals. In every country there are certain rituals. But through these rituals, through these observances, no one can attain even the first stage of sin. These are the three. Belief in eternal self, a skeptical doubt, belief in rites and rituals and ceremonies, thinking that they can purify themselves, wash away their sins. When the minds are free from these three things, then that person gets the chance to attain the first stage of sainthood, Sotapanna. Meaning, Sota means a stream. Apanna means to get into it. He will get into that stream. The water runs only this way, but not upward. Just like this water runs through this stream. The person who gets into the first stage of sainthood never goes back to worldly life again. Never returns. Never goes back to jungle again. Straight away, step by step, march towards salvation or nirvana. Only after attaining this first stage of sainthood, we can guarantee that this person never goes to hell. This person never becomes an animal. This person never becomes spirit or ghost or devil. This person never becomes mad. This person never becomes stupid. This person never changes the belief that accepts, never change. Now we are not free from all this. Although we have done a lot of merit, we have accumulated a lot of good karma, we have performed various rites and rituals, we have spent a lot of money and many other things. But still there is no guarantee. Why? We have not attained the first stage of sin. Why there is no guarantee? Because our minds are unreliable. Can change our mind at any time. This is the uncertainty of our mind. Any time we can get angry. Any time we can become cruel. Any time we can harm others. Any time we can do bad things. Although we try to be good, this is the nature of our mind. Because we have not attained first stage of sin. Person who has attained the first stage of sainthood never commit 6 kinds of bad karma, very heavy bad karma. Never. But in our case there is no guarantee that we never commit. Because changes can take place in our life. When we are angry, we can do any bad thing. What are those things? Person who has attained first stage of sainthood never kill his or her own father and own mother. Never. But others can do. And never kill a holy man like Arahanta or saint. Never injure the Buddha. Others can do. And never create disputes among the holy order of the monks. These are the 5 heavy karma. Chechabithanani abhabbo khatu. Ratana Sutta. Ch, 6. Then one more. Never hold michhaditthi, wrong concept, wrong belief. Never entertain. There are 10 kinds of wrong beliefs, but people maintain. But one who has attained first stage of sainthood never entertain or believe any of these 10 kinds of wrong concepts. Natti dinnang, natti yiddhang, natti sutang, natti sukata dukkatang, kammanang phalang vipako, natti ayang loko, natti paraloko, natti mata, natti pita, natti loke samana brahmana maggata patipanna, natti loke satta opapatika. 10. People have this wrong belief. Only one who attains first stage of sainthood is free from this. The meaning. There is no meaning of giving anything to anybody. Why should we give? That belief. There are some people who say, why should we give? Let them also go and work and find out their own living. Why should we support them? Especially for monks. In the West, many people ask this question. Why should we feed monks? What is the difficulty for them to go out and work, find out for their living? Because that is their way of life. Why should they depend on others? Because they have no idea of renunciation, nature of religious life. And what is the meaning of giving something or offering to a holy man in appreciation of his renunciation, encourage him to carry on his holy life and useful life and religious life in appreciation of the services that he renders towards religious devotees by attending various religious activities and giving knowledge, and for them to have healthy life to carry on their religious life. But they never consider these things. Why not they also go and work and earn something? Such belief. For good purpose. Parents show their anger toward their children to train them with good intention. That is emotion. It is not hatred. It is not ill will. And people shout others to correct them. Look very angry. It is not hatred or ill will. Idea is to correct or teach something. It is not irreligious. But ill will and hatred, I hate you. If I say that, that means I don't like to see your progress, your good health, your long life. That means I curse you. If I say I hate you, I can hate myself. Same effect. If I say I hate myself, that hatred creates bad karma because we polluted the mind. I hate you. Then there is no mercy, there is no kindness, there is no sympathy, no compassion, nothing. But fatigue is higher than. It is ill will. That means keeping the grudge in the mind. While hating and keeping the grudge in the mind to take revenge, planning to take revenge. So whenever there is any chance, opportunity, take revenge. That is the most poisonous thought. So fatigue is very poisonous. So this one also we have to reduce and reduce and reduce and reduce. These two things, two defilements are very strong in our mind. Not so easy to wipe out. First we can reduce to 50%. Then we can attain the second stage of sainthood, Sakadaga. Second stage of sainthood. Sakrit Agan. Want return. Meaning, the person who has attained this second stage of sainthood dies without attaining arahant. Rebirth can take place only once, next. That is why it's called one return. There is no second, third rebirth for that person because reduce, craving for existence, reduce. That means no more petrol to run. Start the engine, the machine. Now, third stage of sainthood, Anatta. We had to complete those two that we have reduced. Craving for sensual pleasure and fatigue or ill will. We reduce 50% the second stage. To come up another step, we had to reduce the other 50%. Now no more craving for sensual pleasure, no more hatred or anger or grudge, ill will in the mind. Mind is free from these two. Then attain the third stage of saint. It is called Anagami. Anagami means never return. Never return means if not attain arahanthood within that lifetime, if he or she dies, only after attaining the third stage of sainthood, rebirth takes place in one of the Suddhavasa Brahmaloka, pure abode. There are 5. Suddhavasa. Suddha means pure. Abode. Suddhavasa Brahmaloka. Rebirth takes place there. While staying there, cultivate the rest, develop the rest to attain arahanthood and nirvana. Without coming down, without having another rebirth. That is why it was never return. Later, when Mahayana schools of Buddhism started to develop, they have expanded and beautified, elaborated, exaggerated this Suddhavasa, pure abode, as pure land. That is how the idea of pure land come into existence. Earlier, there was no such thing as pure land. That pure abode where Anagami, those who have attained the third stage of sainthood, remain until they attain nirvana. They interpreted in this way, Bodhisattva, that means those who are going to attain nirvana, remain there without attaining nirvana until all the others also attain. This is their own interpretation. It is not that purposely they remain there. They are cultivating of the rest. That is what the Buddha did. Now we have completed 5. Now we are going upward. Never come down to lead a worldly life again. But still we have not attained arahant, perfection. 5 more. Ruparaga, aruparaga, mana, uddhacca, avidya. 5. Ruparaga, craving for fine material world. Now they have no craving for this kamaloka, for this worldly life. But they have craving for fine material world. That is Brahmaloka. In Brahmaloka, I have told you, they can spend, you know how many thousands or how many millions of years without facing many of these problems, physical problems that we are facing. Peaceful life, contentment, peace, tranquility, no disturbance. Craving for that particular life. It is a mental defilement, because after attaining that Brahma world, they have not ended their karmic energy to create rebirth. Rebirth can take place after spending such a long time there. Therefore it is under the mental defilement. Second one, arupa loka, arupa raga, craving for formless world. Another particular area in Brahmaloka, life exists without a physical body. It is not difficult. Life, mental energy, but no visible physical body. Then no burden. Now we can understand what a big burden this body. Every minute we have to attend to this. So how lucky we are if we are free from this burden. Life exists without this burden. That particular Brahma. Craving for that particular life. Because that is also not completed the journey. Rebirth. One day there will be an end to that life. And again rebirth can take. We have to get rid of that. Third one is mana. You see how strong this mental defilement in our mind. We carry this up to the last stage. Never give up. What? Pride is a terrible thing in our mind. Our pride. We never give up, never surrender. Egoism. We fight to maintain that egoism. Never surrender. Pride. That means I am greater, I am higher, I am superior, I am better than you or others. That is why we cannot tolerate when others come and criticize. Cannot tolerate. We get angry because of that. Although we know we have done some mistake, when others come and criticize, we cannot tolerate. We want to fight because of that. Right. Maintain their prestige. It is a mental defilement. We have to drop this one. Then all become equal. No differences, no discrimination. When you drop this pride, no differences, discrimination. Uddhacha. Restlessness in our mind. What is this restlessness? Certain bad thing that we have committed in early part of our life. Going on bothering and disturbing our mind. certain bad karmas that we have committed during our previous birth still haunting in our subconscious mind. So we feel some sort of irritable, unpleasant feeling. Therefore, we have to train the mind by giving confidence through our knowledge and understanding to get rid of this nuisance. It is not that purposely we create it. Naturally, focus into our mind or recall. Last one, avidya. Avidya is the main cause for our existence. Ignorance. Ignorance nurtures and supports craving. Craving creates good and bad karma. Good and bad karma create existence again. Existence again create karma. And ignorance support in all these things. That is how you are going round and round. Start from ignorance. And how this ignorance appears or become the main cause. God is not the main cause according to Buddhism. Ignorance is the main cause. First, mental impurities like sediment in the water appear in the mind due to 5 senses and imagination. 6 senses bring dirt into the mind that create sediment. When these sediments remain for some time, like in a glass of water, you can see some bacteria, germs develop. In the same manner, those minor objects that enter into the mind remain as sediment and develop as bacteria and virus and germs. Ignorance can create any kind of bad thing. Ignorance. So that ignorance completely blindfold us. Cannot understand, cannot see things properly because of this ignorance. Then ignorance supports us to do bad things. Ignorance also supports our craving. When the craving appears in the mind, we create good karma and bad karma both. Whether karma is good or bad, the duty of karma is to carry us life after life, support us, pushing, dragging. If it is good karma, we enjoy during that period. If it is bad karma, we suffer during that period. But after that, nobody knows what will happen. So, that ignorance started from the beginning of our life and again in the end. That is the last item that we will drop. And after that, no more attachment towards this worldly life. Will be free from all the disturbances and worries and troubles and pains and sufferings. That is called Nibbana. These are the 10 Sanyojana, fetters, bondages that we have. All of us have. It is so not so easy to untie. Use the full effort. Reduce and reduce and reduce and reduce. Takes time. But don't worry, it takes time.